going to go through kind of a typical meal for Tyr. We do a lot of variety with what he eats, but this is just going to be his next meal, so I figured I'd go ahead and make it for him, for you. So give me just 1 second, we'll focus on the cutting board here, and Tyr and I will show you what he's going to have to eat tonight. Okay, so whenever Tyr is having his food, there's basically 4 different ingredients that we're going to put into everything with a little bit of an added bonus. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give him about a ½ pound of whatever meat he's getting that night. Tonight it's beef. Sometimes it can be chicken, pork, turkey, whatever I've kind of got and whatever he's in the mood for. I don't try to make it too small of chunks. He's a big dog now, so about that size is right, maybe a little bit smaller. And I do want a meat that's got a little bit of fat on it. That's what I'm going to feed to him. With growing puppies, they need to have a little bit of fat in their diet, a little bit more than an older dog, and not quite as much protein, but still enough to make sure they get all their nutrients and can grow up and be happy and healthy and live with us for a very long time. So give me just a second, I'll get all this cut up for us, and we'll weigh it out and make sure we've got right at a ½ pound. So we need just a little bit more. Okay, and we're just over 8 ounces. So I'll go ahead and grab a bag. Bag the rest of this up. Now normally what I'll do is I'll spend a Sunday or just one day during the week and I'll cut up maybe 2 or 3 days worth of his meats or cut up a week's worth, whatever I've kind of got time for. That way it makes preparation for him a little bit easier. But anyways, we'll get that. Get some of the air out. Go ahead and throw that in the refrigerator for now. If he is going to have 8 ounces of protein, of 8 ounces of meat, he does need to have about an ounce, ounce and a half of some sort of organ meat. In this case, we got beef liver, so we're just going to give that a quick little chop up there, just something to kind of break it up a little bit. Put that over here in his bowl. Take this protein he's going to have, throw that in the bowl as well. So we've got all that right there. And then typically I take like a leaf, maybe 2 of lettuce, just something that's kind of got a little bit of roughage to it, and just kind of roughly chop that up. Throw that in the bowl just to kind of give him a little bit of roughage to chew on. And then the last thing I want to put in there is some sort of starch food. I made some steamed brown rice earlier, and I'm going to put about, let's see here, about a ½ cup of that steamed rice into his food. Got my little ½ cup measuring here. And he is a dog, so it doesn't have to be perfect, just good. So anyway. About a ½ cup of the rice. We'll put that in there. Go ahead and give that a good little mix up. And one of the last things I add to his food, and this is just to make sure that he gets all the nutrients he needs as a growing puppy, especially in Ovcharka. He's going to be big and he's going to get big fast. So I need to make sure that his bones have enough stuff there to develop properly. Is I put a teaspoon of dine, which is basically it adds nutrients, adds some calories to his food. And the reason I do a teaspoon is because 1 ounce is a serving. An ounce is basically 2 tablespoons. Half of a tablespoon is a teaspoon. He gets pretty much he's fed this 4 times a day. So with him having that much to eat, by the time the end of the day rolls around, he has actually had an ounce of dine, so he's actually had the 1 serving. And then to make it a little easier on myself, I went ahead and put it into a dish soap bottle that had emptied out. It's got about the same consistency, so it comes out of this pretty easy. And if you need to, measure out a teaspoon, but I've been doing this for a long time with him, so I'm pretty good at just eyeballing a teaspoon's worth. So there's a teaspoon worth of that on there for him. We will go ahead and mix this up. I'll try to push it all towards the middle of the bowl, because as he pushes it to the edge of the bowl, it makes it a little harder for him to eat. But basically, there is one meal for Tyr. And anybody that saw him barking in the other video when he was demanding food, just know he's been in here with me the whole time. And he has just been sitting over here on the ground, just kind of having fun, doing his thing. He is not demanding when it comes to eating. He knows full well that Dad is going to make sure that he has his food. So, anyways, guys, thanks so much for taking this time to watch this with me. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, like, share, and subscribe. And you'll get to see Tyr keep growing up. Thanks.